Okay, let's jump into queue. Great start. Now, this is a league, so we're going to be facing potentially the same cards that we have in our deck, unlike the draft queues. So, our hand looks great, though. Mother Rune's on the other side means our Batterskull is going to be held off. What? Well, we do get to Mesmeric Fiend, whatever they get. So if they don't have removal for Fiend, at least we might not get destroyed by equipment. Okay, Sword of Feast or Famine. Yeah, I guess we'll Fiend first. Although I do have Mother. Oh, we have Scholar. That can fields your hand. Choose an online card from an exile that card. Yeah, I'll go for Scholar. It does get hit by artifact removal, but we'll have the Mother up, so it's still unlikely to get hit. Okay, Ojitai. We can use Mesmeric Fiend for Ojitai. And yeah, just take the sword now. Okay, it'll be an interesting game. Hopefully, opponent's not playing any Wrath effects because we're gonna have, two Fiend type cards in play with the Mother to protect them. So I do feel pretty safe. Okay, Ojitai lands. So, we'll place Clamp. This will be interesting on how to proceed exactly. We don't want to risk tapping our Mother. I suppose the opponent probably didn't draw a removal spell on this turn, but I think we just sit back for a while. We get the Batterskull out. Still can't really do anything with it yet. But the opponent does have to tap their Mother every single turn, so that's the good news. Parallax Wave. Huh. That's not good. Opponent can probably resolve maybe both of these cards. So my turn, Gideon. Hmm. Now, how safe is Gideon? I think Gideon. Oof, not that safe. His opponent uses Wave on the Sculler and Wave on the Mother of Runes. They get the sword back. Play the sword on the Mystic. I don't know what else to do. I think just Gideon make a, a knight token. I could also emblem, so at least my creatures are all bigger. Opponent can probably go sword into Ojitai on their turn, actually. I guess I just Gideon. Wow, Parallax Wave was such a good draw. I was really far ahead. Now, I might just be really far behind. Opponent's just waiting for their turn. I guess they don't have to activate it yet. I suppose they might as well wait for their turn. Maybe they draw a really good card this turn, and they, well, even then, yeah, they can. I think there's just enough counters on the wave where they can pretty easily resolve their spells. And they can respond to my Mother activation with just another wave activation. I was trying to see, should I respond to this? It does force another counter to go off, and that's it. Is there any benefit to letting this resolve? So opponent gets a sword, they play sword, put it on the Mystic. They have 3 counters on the wave. They can wave my Fiend, I let that happen. I was trying to think, is there any benefit? I sort of feel like, well, they do have the Mother versions. They can give protection to the Mystic, protection from white. So this might not matter. And using the Mother does guarantee that at least one more counter comes off of the wave. So I think I'm going to do that. I guess it doesn't really matter if opponent uses Mother or not. Like, we can't threaten them with what we have in our hand. So I guess I'll just give this protection. But if opponent doesn't use Mother on the Mystic, then there'd be some slight benefit if they're going to remove both of these creatures and want to get through with the Mystic. Well, first of all, they don't have to remove the Fiend yet, because the Mystic's going to have pro-black from the sword. It's pro-black and green. Also, untaps the opponent's lands. So, yep, they just go again. But if they didn't give protection, I could block with either the ally or the Mother, and then whatever I block with, I give protection. And that could make it a little more awkward for the opponent, rather than... I believe mine is only working so well at the moment, but I believe that there's potential advantage in that play. Though I think the opponent just giving pro-white to the Mystic negates any of that value. And I think there is benefit in forcing the opponent to use an extra counter off their wave. They play Kytheon. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're free to play Kytheon there, because they have a land, they get to do everything else they want to do anyway. Use Mother on Mystic. Or they could wave the token if they want. And I'll discard Chalice, and then they get to cast Ojutai. And I don't have any Wrath effects in the deck, so this could be difficult. Yep, wave on Fiend. Ojitai, one counter on wave. And draw Bitter Blossom. Definitely going for Stoneforge. It's gonna be tough. They still have the mother. They can give pro white. Batterskull will be a black creature. Take a big hit from Ojitai, and this is tough. Yeah, I don't know how we're winning this. Make an ally token, get an emblem. I don't think it makes much of a difference. You get a bigger Batterskull, but they can just move the sword around. The sword and the Ojitai are both really good right now. I guess I'll just emblem. And then do I Bitter Blossom? Blossom could hold back one of these creatures, but they can just put sword on Ojitai, and I can't do anything about that. And the Batterskull is a little slow. I'll wait on the Batterskull. So, clamp the token. And might as well attack for 4. My opponent might actually want to just blow the wave right now. I'll get back my 2 creatures under the wave, but that means the opponent doesn't have any cards in their hand, where if they wait, maybe they would have a card in their hand for me to hit. And I just get a... Yeah, okay, they're going to do that. I just get a 2/2 and a 3/3, so not a big deal. Looks like the opponent's making the move of just attacking with... Well, okay. Guess they're going to try to flip their Kytheon. Oh, Kytheon actually untaps the Ojitai. So it's going to keep hexproof. Using the Gideon's +1. Okay, Shambling Vent. Gonna attack Gideon. And draw some cards. I can give protection and just kill Gideon, actually. Just pro-white attack Gideon. And next turn I can do that again and equip Batterskull to that creature, so attack with 8 lifelink. So I'm sorta just racing the Ojutai there. I mean, I'm beating the Ojutai in that race. It's just opponent's going to be, drawing multiple cards with card selection every turn. But that definitely gives me an out. I'm assuming they don't have anything here. I mean, they did look at their top 3 cards and pick one. They have a bunch of mana up. Should I move Clamp there? I don't think so. Maybe some other runes. I'm dead to like a Restoration Angel. Dig Through Time. Wow. Probably dead to that too. Opposition. That's... Ooh, with Mutavault. Okay, that's probably it. By itself, I might have been fine. But Mutavault, I can't use Mother to... Well, they're tapping out for something for Smuggler's Copter. What? Oh, I'm taking lethal here. We're just going to go for the win. Oh, no, it doesn't. Can't attack this turn. Maybe the opponent just passes again? They're attacking. I mean, I'm definitely in trouble, but I have to drop the Batterskull. So, might not be over. Opponent has no cards in hand. Just basically 3 creatures. Oh, they do get to untap the Mutavault. That's pretty good with the sword. So, what can I do? I mean, if I let's say upkeep, I make the Germ Pro blue, they tap it. I move Batterskull, they tap it, yeah. 3, 5, 7, 11, 14. I do have 14 damage that they'd be taking if they do that. But they're also drawing a card here. Okay, Council's Judgment. That's probably going to do it. for Batter Skull. Okay, Batter Skull. Germ's still a 1/1 because of the Gideon emblem. Gideon Jura. Wow. That's kind of legit. Um, yeah, that's really good draw. I'm just gonna cast it right now. That had to be like the only draw in the deck I could have gotten there. I guess I should have just checked my deck list as I was going through these turns. I mean, I'm so far behind, but maybe there's some kind of card I could draw. Now I'm going for it first. I mean, I definitely could just wait. It's so unlikely the opponent just like taps down a land. But I mean, what if they just tap down my Shambling Vents for some reason? Didn't want to take the risk. And the next turn I could clamp the Germ token and draw some more cards. Opponent is letting me attack with everything. They can activate Copter, so don't want to attack with anything less than a 3/3. So just these two, I think. I mean, this is an artifact creature, so yeah, just these two. Maybe you could also just do the Knight token. Because like letting the opponent trade Copter for Sculler, and well, I guess the loot doesn't matter. Yeah, that's fine. This just puts a little more pressure on. Oh, they didn't activate Copter. Surprise. Okay, activate Gideon. It goes up to 8. I mean, the other good news is the opponent actually has to activate Copter along with the Ojutai to actually kill Gideon. Tapping down Mother Runes? Sure. Yeah, no reason to respawn. Oh, actually, they do have to use their Mother of Runes. Or attack with it. Because of Gideon. So that's even better. So they're going to have even one less creature to tap on my turn. I might just lethal them next turn. They're just going to have a Mutavault back. It taps down my 4/2, and then they take 3, 5, 8, 10. So if they don't top deck a creature here, which maybe they just did, but if they don't anticipate, probably we'll find them something. If they don't top deck a creature, I do think I just win. And maybe, let's say I can move Clamp over to like a 2/2. That splits up the damage even better. So they'd be taking 5, they go to 4, they stop my 3. 4, 4, 4. I feel like I'm like 1 damage short. But let's see what they do. Oh, I have Shambling Vent. I do have Shambling Vent, which is 3 power. I'm starting to feel pretty good about this spot. I mean, anticipate, they get something that kills Gideon, I'm dead. But Geist is saying Traft. I mean, it is a good blocker, but I think I still have it with the Shambling Vent. I think I just have lethal. They have 2 creatures. So 3/3. That means I have 1, 3, 5, 7, 10. I win. Oh, they can activate Copter and Loop. No, they have nothing else in their hand. That's it. Wow. I can't believe I won that game. That's a really good draw at Gideon. And there's just so few cards in existence that do anything here. They're activating the Mutavault. I mean, you gotta... Okay. You have to attack Gideon. You gotta attack. You're not quite thinking about how the Gideon's working. Okay, Gideon down. Opponent is using up a lot of clock here, and I mean they're just dead on board. They're down to 8 minutes after game one. Okay, now they concede. Wow. Wow. Opposition. I mean, after that dig through time, they attacked with Ojitai, looked at the top 3 cards, and they used dig through time, got 2 from the top 7, and drew a card for their turn. In the spot that I was in, so far behind, and I was able to win that. That's crazy. Anguish Unmaking, instant speed, can deal with opposition at instant speed. That's pretty important. And could hit a sword. Mirren Crusader, balance. Something I want to balance. Lifebane. Could hit Ojitai. They had Mother of Runes, Ojitai, Geist of St. Traft. I mean, I'm on the draw, but Lifebane could be worth it. Desecration Demon, Brimaz. Don't really need the Brimaz. Don't think I want the Ravages. Archangel's not bad, but we gotta cut cards. Recruiter of the Guard. Wow, that Parallax Wave, so brutal. Maybe like Flicker Wisp, Recruiter. Recruiter's cool. We got Bone Shredder. Bone Shredder might not be that great. So they have Mother of Runes, they have Geist of St. Traft, they have Ojitai, which, yeah, maybe I could hit with the Bone Shredder, but if they have like the Gideon to untap it or just leave it back, it doesn't do enough. What else would I want? Brimaz. I don't want Ravages. Maybe just Recruiter again. Over Shredder. Alright. Oh, great start. I mean, that last hand was insane. It was just amazing that that Parallax Wave just blew up everything. Oof, mother. We got the Clamp. I mean, this is a very good hand. Mother Runes is always awkward to deal with, but I mean, with Elspeth, Clamp, there's Thalia. You know, it slows me down a little bit. Not a big deal. Let's see what we can get with the Sculler. Council's Judgment, Hero Blade Hold, Selfless Spirit, Anticipate. Selfless Spirit. Yeah, Spirit's pretty annoying. Hero's pretty annoying too. You know, the Council's Judgment obviously could just hit the Sculler at some point. So maybe that's the pick, but it's also a little awkward. Actually, they have Thalia out. So might just take the Selfless Spirit, because Council's Judgment is multiple turns away. And the turn they can cast it, they could just cast Hero Blade Hold. So I think the Spirit is most annoying because it threatens my Planeswalkers a little too much. So, taking the Spirit. Opponent gets to swing in with Thalia. And, oh, library. Well, with Skull Clamp, I can definitely use that. I can attack for 2 with the Sculler as well. I don't think the opponent is going to block with Mother. I guess I should have played the land first. There's more things I can rep, but yeah, they didn't block. It's good. Library and a Splicer. And that should give us some good plays for next turn. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to cast. Like, whoa, they just conceded. Yeah, I mean, I guess they break down on 2 lands. But, and I do have the Golem that is now getting through. And like the Clamp, I guess, is pretty rough. I thought it was like a little early concede. But cool. I mean, it seemed like a kind of difficult matchup. But yeah, lucky that they just missed a couple land drops there. But the first game was amazing. So on to round 2.